There we are. Yes. Big day. My aunt's here, and we're doing all the insulation. There's also very little echo in here because it's full of insulation. So there's some, and then back over there is a bunch more. 160 bags, so that's 108 in the attic, and then like 45 in the walls, and then like a few extra. 3,036 pounds. That's what I calculate. It's the green fiber stuff from Lowe's or Home Depot, and then we have this blower guy here. So probably not going to record any of this, so you're not going to see it. Oh, preface. I also put up the netting on the walls, and all that is yeah. So it's just stuff that doesn't tear really well. So you put the insulation, you blow it in with like a hose. I'm sure that you've seen other videos on YouTube. If not, go look. And you fill up the cavity until it's like bowing out, and then you work your way up the cavity, and then once it's like done, then you can use a roller and roll it flat so it doesn't stick out and force on, or press on the drywall. Again, I'm shooting for R60 plus in the attic, and then it's going to be R13 equivalent in the walls. They're 3.5 inches. I don't know if that's going to be R13. It's probably higher. Let's look. Is there one that's right side up? Yeah, that one's right side up. Okay, that says here's a full chart of it. And that says it's only going to be R13 on a 2x4 wall, which sounds about right. I think it's 3.5 per inch, so that's fun. How's it look, Shelby? How's it look, huh? Is it good? Yeah. So my dad's up here, and he's helping me do the insulation in the walls. Sorry, this is just on my cell phone video. My cell phone video is recorded on my cell phone, and because I don't want my other camera to get dusty, my nice camera. Yeah, we're dense packing cellulose, and I got all of the attic done. It's the 5th of January, which is my birthday. I am 31 years old. It's also very, very cold outside. And I have all of the cellulose done. At least upstairs. I still have to do the downstairs. Yeah. How cold is it? Flip my whole rig around. Rigmarole. How cold is it? 6. Blowing 16 miles an hour. Real feel -11. Now, what is it inside? Oh, sorry. Let me shut off my heater system here. Real complicated, I know. Two of those plugged in a 120 amp outlet. Both of those are on high. I've had them on for maybe an hour today. I came up and I vacuumed this half of the building. The other half I did yesterday. It's just dusty mess everywhere. All right, so overnight it was like negative something, 1, -2, somewhere in there. I had one of these radiators on half. And it was 39 degrees this morning in here. An hour after having those on high, it's up to 43. So that's pretty good. That's 3,000 watts. 3,000 watts is about 9,000 BTUs, which is about what my heating load is estimated to be. I don't know what the steady state on high is for 3,000 watts or 9,000 BTUs, but it wouldn't be a relevant term because the floor is currently uninsulated and it's also exposed to the downstairs, which is 32 downstairs. So I'm trying to keep it right around just barely above freezing so I don't have any frost heave issues. So that's pretty good. The ground radiating up heat actually keeps it probably that warm, I'd say. And then of course the floor radiating heat down too. So what I'm doing today is I have this drywall lift holding up my plug for the attic, and I'll take it down and show you guys what that looks like. Because today I'm plugging it up. No idea what you guys can see. Probably not much. If I go further away. But there's nowhere flat further away. This is how I accessed the attic, and it worked out really well. I had my extension ladder. It's only like a 10-foot, or sorry, 10-foot collapsed and like 16 or 18 foot, I don't know, extended. What do you think, Shelby? Into the abyss? Into space? Oh, let's get a light too. All right, going up in here. This is a dam that I built around the hole to keep the insulation from falling in. And today I'm gonna fill this in. Now up in the attic, it's pretty cold. All right, here's what I got for insulation, and that's minimum of 18 inches up to 20 inches of insulation, or 22 in places, I guess. And you can sort of see how that compares with the baffles I put in. Why are you having such a trouble focusing? I just put up a video about you focusing. You dumb thing. Okay. So there's the baffle, and I know the baffle comes up 24 inches above the ceiling, and there's about 4 inches showing there, so that's like 20 inches of insulation, which is the minimum that I wanted. And of course the whole thing's like that. Here it is going the other way. What is your problem? Yeah, not very exciting. I know. But let me go back downstairs and I'll tell you the damn story about all of this damn insulation getting damn up into the ceiling around this dam. Speaking of dams, my dam video is doing pretty well. It's got like 250,000 views or something. So I'm happy about that. All right, all of this insulation. I first calculated that I would need approximately 155 bales. I need 108 bales to do the ceiling, and 47 bales to do all the walls. And here's how it ended up. I got 136 in the attic. I haven't calculated like an equivalent R value because you have to like subtract for the baffles and then also subtract for my access hatch and other things like all the light boxes and speaker boxes, which aren't associated in the framing factor, which is an estimate for 108. All right, 31 1/3 in the walls. These are dense packed cellulose. If you look down the wall, you can see that they all bump out, and it's really quiet in here against the wall. Like I can't, well, I hope you can hear how quiet it is against the wall. Super quiet. Can you hear that? I like it quiet myself. Anyways, so it's dense pack because you don't want it to sag at all in here. So once you put the drywall on, that holds it in tight and it doesn't move at all. Other installations will sag if you don't dense pack. Now, to get all of this insulation in, first the attic, I got 155 initially. And my aunt came up, she has a 1-ton dually, and I used my pickup truck, which is just a half-ton with an 8-foot bed. Right there, that's my truck. Let's go over here, you can see it better, that's my truck. And we got, on her truck, 2 28 bale pallets, and on my truck, 2 24 bale pallets. Bale pallets. Jeez, I can't talk. And then we got all the insulation up here. It filled up like a significant amount. Well, you saw that. And then we both went and got the last 2 pallets. In the first load, I also had the insulation blower, which was this cocoon like round thing. It had a vertical auger. And we got in like 42 bales, and then 11 bales, then 3 bales, and then it just kept every time after those many bales, it would just trip the breaker. So we had to take that blower back in the morning, get the next blower, which was, again, a cocoon blower for this green fiber stuff, and it has a horizontal auger type situation. Well, it's not really an auger, but an agitator, tumbler, whatever. And then we got in the attic another 40 bales or something, up to 100 bales, something like that. And then the gearbox on that crapped out. And keep in mind that we're on the second story up here, and we brought the blower up. I know that you can leave the blower downstairs and pipe it all up, but it's, it's warm in here and it's 1 degree outside. So we brought the blower up. Not a big deal. It's a big deal once you get to the third blower, which my dad helped us with, or helped me with. He came up a few days later. I got a third blower, but this time not from Lowe's. I had to go to Home Depot, 40 minutes away. Lowe's is only like 15 minutes away. And I had to get more insulation to get the free blower. I mean, I was going to use the insulation anyways. So I got another pallet of 28. And then we ended up using 8 off of that pallet, 8 1/3 or something. I wrote it down. And that blower worked just fine for the rest of it. I was actually the most happy with its performance. It offered the most steady flow, you could say, without excessive wind, so it didn't blow away what you had set already, which was most frustrating with the very first blower. So that's my story of the insulation blowers. We needed 3 blowers to blow in all this insulation. It was a royal pain in the butt to haul those up and down, but we got it done. And it's very quiet, very comfortable. You can still hear a little bit of road noise. Let me turn the microphone around so you can hear it. And like I said, I think most of that's coming through the windows. Not much we can do about that. It's already triple pane. Although, like I said, we could have gotten like one of the panes be a thicker glass. And that way your resonant frequency from the outside wouldn't pass through 3 panes of the same resonant frequency, which is almost what it sounds like. It almost sounds like the same frequency for all noises. But if you got a different frequency glass, a thicker glass, that would block those resonant frequencies. But if you come over here in the corner, Shelby, sit. It's the most quiet in the corner, like I said. Well, that was a very, very long, continuous shot video. Not video. I guess I'm not done yet. So all of that noise is coming through the windows. Maybe a little bit here on the side of the window, because I haven't foamed. Yeah, very quiet. So I can go up to the wall and shout at him. Ah! It's not very loud.